How's it going? So, chapter 37, the Book of Enoch. The vision which he saw, the second vision of wisdom, which Enoch saw, the son of Jared, the son of Malaleel, the son of Canaan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam. This is the commencement of the word of wisdom, which I received to declare and to tell those who dwell upon the earth. Hear from the beginning and understand to the end the holy things which I utter in the presence of the Lord of spirits. Those who were before us thought it good to speak, and let not us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom. Until the present period never was there been given before the Lord of spirits that which I have received, wisdom according to the capacity of my intellect, and according to the pleasure of the Lord of spirits, that which I have received from him, a portion of life eternal. And I obtained 3 parables which I declared to the inhabitants of the world. Alright, wait. So before we get into the 3 parables, we started with the genealogy. So Enoch, son of Jared, Malaliel, son of Canaan, son of Enos, Seth, and Adam. So he is the 7th. This is the commencement of the word of wisdom. Okay. And then in verse 2 he said, and let not us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom. He says, this is the commencement of the word of wisdom, which I received to declare and tell to those who dwell upon the earth. Hear from the beginning and understand to the end the holy things which I utter in the presence of the Lord of spirits. Those who were before us thought it good to speak, and let not us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom. Until the present period never has there been before the Lord of spirits that which I have received, wisdom according to the capacity of my intellect. So wisdom comes according to the capacity of your intellect. Let's look up this word. Capacity. Able to hold much, to hold, to contain, to take, to understand. Ability to hold, receive, or absorb. A measure of such ability, volume, the maximum account that can be held. Capability, the ability to perform some task, the maximum that can be produced. Mental ability, the power to learn. A faculty, the potential for growth and development. A role, the position in which one functions. Legal authority, to make an arrest, for example. Capacity is authority. Authority is the power to enforce rules or give orders because you understand. Persons in command, specifically government. So authority, capacity, understanding, ability, skill, allotted space. The vision which he saw. Okay. So, according to the capacity of my intellect and according to the pleasure of the Lord of spirits, that which I have received from him, a portion of life eternal. And I obtained 3 parables, which I declared to the inhabitants of the world. Parable the first. When the congregation of the righteous shall be manifested, and sinners be judged for their crimes, and be troubled in the sight of the world, when righteousness shall be manifested in the presence of the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their good works, duly weighed by the Lord of spirits, and when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on earth shall be manifested, where will the habitation of sinners be, and where the place of rest for those who have rejected the Lord of spirits? It would have been better for them had they never been born. When too the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, then shall sinners be judged, and impious men shall be afflicted in the presence of the righteous and the elect. So the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed. Then shall sinners be judged, and impious men shall be afflicted in the presence of the righteous and the elect. So this is a parable. Parable is a very complex thing. So it comes from parabola. A parable is a short narrative illustration, a lesson, by comparison or analogy. In the New Testament, the parables told by Jesus Christ convey his message, as in the parable of the prodigal son. Catholic sermons normally draw on that lesson, normally draw on at least one biblical lecture, often parables, to present by parable. Okay. Parare, parabilis. Alright, and obsolete is the original meaning. So what it really means is a parable is something that can easily be prepared or procured, obtainable. So this is used in 1624 by this person in the Anatomy of Melancholy. Alright, and we actually don't have the quote, but that is traced as far back as that. Okay. Alright, so the first parable, when the congregation of the righteous shall be manifested, and sinners be judged for their crimes, and be troubled in the sight of the world, when righteousness shall be manifested in the presence of the righteous themselves. Righteousness manifest in the presence of the righteous themselves. So there's going to come a time when this is a parable. All right, again, like I know this a parable is some like parallel, equally distant from one another. So a parallel, that's a parabel. This is parable, right? And this comes from paraboli, which is para. So para, currency, no. A woman who has a certain number of pregnancies, no. Paragraph, yes. Paratrooper, yes. Paralytic, very drunk. Paragraph. Okay. From Latin paragraphus. Beside I write. Parallel. Parable. Paragraph. So, and a parasite. Parasite, person who eats at the table of another. That's parallel. From noun use, adjective meaning feeding beside, alongside, beside food. And this is a parasite. But here we're talking about paradise. Okay, paradise. And this is a paradigm, the place where sanctified souls are believed to live after death. But they were in paradise before, which is the Garden of Eden. And this is before the flood. And he is seventh from Adam. Heaven, paradise. And remember that in heaven, like when he was warped into heaven in the previous chapters, he was also in paradise while in heaven at the same time. So this is how the paradise, parallel, parable, paradigm is applicable. A garden where Adam and Eve first lived after being created. So paradise is afterlife and before and the beginning of life. It is the beginning, it is before the beginning and after the end. Paradise. And we're in the parallel, which is after the beginning, before the end. You know, it's parallel, but it's still all the same thing. So this is the insight that this book gives us. All right. So I just thought that was interesting for us. All right. So let's go get it. Secret righteous shall be revealed, sinners shall be judged. All right, presence of the righteous themselves. So this would say anything you want in the parallel will come at once, will manifest. Who will be elected by in the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their good works, duly weighed by the Lord of spirits, and when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on earth shall be manifested, there will be the habitation. Where will the habitation of sinners be, and where the place of rest for those who have rejected the Lord of spirits? It will have been better for them had they never been born. Okay. So this is a time when everything is instantaneous. So it'll be, this is a parable. Okay. So this is why I'm reading it like very, very differently, because it's a parable. It's speaking in parables. So what it means is something totally different from what it says, although what it says is totally different from what it appears to say. So this is why every word should be scrutinized. So when the righteous shall be manifested in the presence of the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their good works, duly weighed by the Lord of spirits. Duly weighed by the Lord of spirits. So how heavy is your spirit? What are the things that are keeping you, or that are stopping your speed, your spirit? So the weight of your spirit, it has to be like nothing weighing your spirit down. So freeing your spirit, open up your spirit, and let that spirit like be free, be weightless, be powerful, be in charge, have authority. Yes, have control, have understanding. All right. And this understanding is power, but this authority should be weightless, not to be burdened by having the power of authority and responsibility. There's a weight that comes with power. So when you're weighed by the Lord of Spirits, it means that you have a clear conscience. So there's nothing weighing down your mind. All right. Weighed by the Lord of Spirits, and when the light of the righteous. So your soul has to be light when it's weighed. It has to be light. Light is the opposite of heavy. So when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on earth shall be manifested, where will the habitation of sinners be? So they won't be able to hide in the dark, because they can't run, they can't hide, because it is weighing on them. because this is a certain time when your manifestations will just be instant. And that's already now, because when we understand the story of Enoch, this is why we're now given his genealogy first, how he generates. All right, they gave us a genealogy first. Genealogy. All right. So we have his genealogy, okay? And what we have is generation, descent, study of. So what we're doing is it's the study of the gene, okay, which is the descent of a person, family, group, ancestors, lineage, pedigree, okay, record table, such a family tree, study of formal recording of such descendants and things like that. So so here this is okay. So here we have his genealogy, okay, which is the gene. Okay, sorry, got sidetracked. All right, which is the gene. Okay, which is the gene. I come into being, which is coming into being, come into being, come into being. So this is also the book. This is about manifestation. You see, which is a generation, the gene, the genealogy. So this is a parable. This is why we're reading it in parallel to all of these things. So this is manifest. Okay. Palpable, parable, manifest, manus, hand. Okay. You receive in your hand, you understand. Infectus, practical, strike, see, defend, offend. Manifest is evident to the senses, especially to the sight. So to manifest is palpable, probable, parable. To manifest is palpable. Okay, so let's just check out palpable. Okay, capable of being touched, felt, or handled. Touchable, tangible. Okay, material, obvious or easily perceived, noticeable. That can be detected by palpitation. Act of feeling or pushing on various parts of a patient's body to determine medical conditions such as the normality of organs or the presence or absence of tumors, swelling, muscle tension, and all of that stuff. So, when the congregation of the righteous shall be manifested, and sinners be judged for their crimes, and the troubled in the sight of the world, when righteousness shall be manifested in the presence of the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their good work, electrified for their good works, duly weighed by the Lord of spirits. And when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth shall be manifested, where will the habitation of sinners be? And where the place of rest for those who have rejected the Lord of spirits? It will have been better for them had they never been born. When too the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed. So even those who are righteous are not completely righteous. Or even those who are righteous. Alright, let's see. A secret. This is what's revealed, right? A secret. Secret. Old secrets. Separate. Set aside, sunder. CERN, yes, CERN, which is where the discernment will be called into question. The discernment will be called into question, which is the ability to distinct judgment, which is your prejudice in your mind, your judgments in your mind, your discriminations, your ability or inability to distinguish between things. Some people are righteous, but they can't discern the right way. You know, this will be called into question, and this will become manifest. It will become obvious and evident. And so people will be aware of their faults. Condition of understanding, again, understanding is capacity. Aesthetic, discrimination, taste, appreciation, perceptiveness. Perceptiveness, your perceptions, how you understand reality will be called into question. Those are secrets. Your perception is your secret. That's your discernment. Ability to make wise judgments, sagacity. And here we're speaking of wisdom. Like, I was taken by the way that this book opened, and we're going to go into that. So this ability to make wise judgments, sagacity, discretion in judging objectively. So here it says, when to the secrets, which is the discernment or the discriminations or the perceptions. So when to the perceptions and the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed. Okay, so this is what is wisdom, right? And I'm just going to go back here. You see, when this starts, it speaks about let not us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom. Okay, until the present period never was there being given before the Lord of Spirits that which I have received, wisdom. Okay, again, wisdom, according to the capacity of my intellect. Capacity, authority, power of my intellect. Capacity is that discernment, which is a secret, which is to secrete. Okay, capacity is a secret, which is secret, right? Secret. This is capacity. Separated. Again, a secret. You secrete in secret every time. You don't secrete when everyone's watching you. You separate yourself to secrete. You discern the right time. To extract substance from blood, sap, produce, emit waste, exude, yield. Secret, to conceal. Okay, this is secrete, but it's saying secret. Alteration of secret, which is to conceal. So you could say plaintiffs filed an affidavit for an attachment alleging that defendant was about to assign, secrete, and dispose of this property. So this is secrete, which is a secret, concealed. Okay. So this is wisdom according to all it is. So this is wisdom according to the capacity of my intellect. Okay. And according to the pleasure of the Lord of Spirits, that which I have received from him, a portion of life eternal. And I obtained 3 parables. So what we're speaking on is very much rooted in wisdom, and which is nice, which is great, because wisdom is the principal thing. So when to the secrets of the righteous, which is discernment, okay, which is wisdom in the first place. So when to the secrets, and wisdom itself is a secret. So when to the real wisdom of the real people who are really righteous shall be revealed. So that then shall sinners be judged, and impious men shall be afflicted in the presence of the righteous and the elect. From that period, those who possess the earth shall cease to be powerful and exalted. So from that period, those who possess the earth shall cease to be powerful and exalted. Neither shall they be capable of beholding the countenances of the holy, for the light of the countenances of the holy, the righteous, and the elect has been seen by the Lord of Spirits. Yet shall not the mighty kings of that period be destroyed, but be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the holy. Nor thenceforward shall any obtain commiseration from the Lord of Spirits, because their lives in this world will have been completed. Okay, so this is a parable. So these people will not be destroyed, but they'll be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the holy. And here it says, they will not be capable of beholding the faces of the holy. For the light of the countenances of the holy, the righteous, and the elect has been seen by the Lord of spirits. So they can't see it because God has seen it. Yet shall not the mighty kings of that period be destroyed, but be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the holy, nor thenceforward shall any obtain commiseration. To commiserate, which is to pity, sympathy, condolences, sympathize, lament for. So, thenceforward shall not be comforted by the Lord of spirits, because their lives in this world will have been completed. Okay, so that's the first parable. And 39 says, in those days shall the elect and the holy race. Okay, in those days shall the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens. A holy race, which is a species or a species. Right? No, let's actually get the definition. A race. This is interesting because I know exactly where this is, what it's really saying. And when we actually understand, it will show us why this book is not read widely. Alright, race. Whoa. It's a bit much. But race is all of this, which is radix, the Semitic match, which is race, radix, which is root. Okay. Alright. A group of sentient beings. Okay. A group of sentient beings, particularly people, distinguished by common ancestry, heritage, or characteristics. So these sentient beings with certain characteristics. Okay, this is what it means. So a large group of people distinguished, but then now we say people, right? But then we particularly say people, but these are sentient beings. So here, sentient, experiencing sensation. So sentient, able to consciously perceive through the use of sense, which is the sentient. Okay, so this is the science. So in those days shall the elect and the holy race, which is the sentient holy beings, descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall then be with the sons of men. Enoch received books of indignation and wrath, and books of hurry and agitation. Okay. In those days shall the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens. So these are aliens coming on earth in those days. And their seed, so when those aliens come, this is judgment, and people's minds are going to be open. Manifestation is going to be different. The power of God, so to speak, will be in effect on earth, and the meek will inherit the earth. The wicked will be delivered in the hands of those righteous people who would be ruling on the earth, because of the light. So this is, in those days shall the elect, which is the electrified, they're so powerful, electricity, they can't be touched or heard or seen. The elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall then be with the sons of men. So God is saying the seed of this race, an extraterrestrial race, will come, and their seed will be with the sons of men. In the same way that the watchers descended from heaven and their seed was with the sons of men. Okay. Enoch received books of indignation and wrath, and books of hurry and agitation. All right. I don't get why that sentence is there right now. But, all right. 2. Never shall they obtain mercy, says the Lord of spirits. Okay. In those days shall the elect and the holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall be with the sons of men. Okay, wait. This is speaking about the watchers who, in those days of Enoch. Alright, let's continue reading. Never shall they obtain mercy, which is the watchers, says the Lord of spirits. A cloud then snatched me up, and the wind raised me above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of the heavens. Okay, like, I am pretty... Okay. Chapter 39, verse 1. From what I now understand, this is speaking about the watchers. Okay? Verse 2, speaking about the watchers, who are the fallen ones, the fallen angels, right? Verse 3, it's now on another different topic. A cloud then snatched me up, and the wind raised me above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of the heavens. Okay, so now this is a whole different thought pattern. 1 and 2 are that are 1 and 2. So 3 going forward, this is a whole different thought pattern. So we'll revisit those ones. I hope it'll make sense. A cloud then snatched me up. A cloud, like, so did the cloud like engulf him? And what would it feel like? Softness. All right. So this cloud snatched him up, and the wind raised me above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of heavens. Then I saw another vision. I saw the habitations and couches of the saints. There my eyes beheld their habitations with the angels, and their couches with their holy ones. They were entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men, while righteousness like water flowed before them, and mercy like dew was scattered over the earth. And thus shall it be with them forever and ever. So in the vision he saw habitations and couches. So a couch to me is a seat, like a sofa. Couches, come on. Yeah, furniture, a bed, a den, preliminary layer, color size, mass of steeped barley spread upon German and Martin, a couch of malt, maybe, a mass of steeped barley spread upon a floor to germinate in malting, or the floor occupied by the barley. Together with come, couch, lie, recline, bend, lay, deposit, arrange, deposit, I, entreat. Okay. Okay. So I saw habitations and couches of the saints. There my eyes beheld their habitations with the angels, and their couches with the holy ones. So the holy people with the angels, they were entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men, while righteousness like water flowed before them. So righteousness looked like substance, or like a commodity, like water, flowed before them. Wow, so he could actually see the righteousness, and mercy, like dew, was scattered over the earth. And thus shall it be with them forever and ever. At that time my eyes beheld the dwelling of the elect, of truth, faith, and righteousness. Of truth, faith, and righteousness. Countless shall be the number of the holy and the elect in the presence of God forever and forever. Their residence I beheld under the wings of the Lord of spirits. All the holy and the elect sung before him, in appearance like a blaze of fire, their mouths being full of blessings, and their lips glorifying the name of the Lord of spirits, and righteousness incessantly dwelt before him. There was I desirous of remaining. There was I desirous of remaining, and my soul longed for that habitation. There was my antecedent inheritance, for thus had I prevailed before the Lord of spirits. At that time I glorified and extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessing and with praise, for he has established it with blessing and with praise, according to his own good measure. That place long did my eyes contemplate. I blessed and said, Blessed be he, blessed from the beginning forever. In the beginning, before the world was created, and without end is his knowledge. What is this world? For every existing generation, those shall bless thee who do not sleep in the dust, but stand before thy glory. Wow. Blessing, glorifying, exalting thee, and saying, Holy, holy, Lord of spirit, fills the whole world of spirits. Okay. Generations shall bless thee, shall bless. What is this world? Okay. So I really like this. So he saw this in a vision. So what he's seeing is habitations and couches of saints, and they are praying and supplicating and everything, and righteousness flows like water. And then he saw the dwelling of the elect, of truth, of faith, of righteousness. So there was some virtue about them, and he could see the virtue. Countless shall be the number of the holy and the elect in the presence of God forever and ever. Okay. So their residence I beheld under the wings of the Lord of spirits. So does God have wings? Or are those wings like angels? Or is this wing just a metaphor? But he says under the wings of the Lord of spirits. So does the spirit have wings? Because if it's a spirit, like, you can't really see it, right? So this is, yeah, a way to say it, you know. And all the holy and elect sung before him in appearance like a blaze of fire. Blaze of fire. So we see that there is a lot of fire reference, and it's going to make sense very soon. And that is a very, very important aspect. Very important. But we're going to get to that when we get to that. All the holy and elect sung before him in appearance like a blaze of fire. So what they were singing around is like a fire. It's like a fire, but the most brilliant fire. Because there's a virtue about this fire. Like, the fire has like something like wings, and the fire seems to perceive everything. It has knowledge. It's bright. It's like life. Appearance like a blaze of fire, their mouths being full of blessings, and their lips glorifying the name of the Lord of spirits, and righteousness incessantly dwelt before him. there was I desirous of remaining. So he was like drawn to this fire. It's like, nah, I'm okay here. I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to join this holy dance and sing and be here. He was desirous of remaining, and my soul longed for that habitation. There was my antecedent inheritance, for thus had I prevailed before. There was my antecedent.
Antecedent.
Which is earlier in time or in order, presumptive, anything that precedes another thing, especially the cause of the second thing, an ancestor, important. And this is the theme, ancestor, which is before, something before. So here, and so there was my antecedent inheritance, my ancestral inheritance. So I think it's like he could feel like I think he could feel the spirit of his ancestors, you know. But yeah, I guess so. For thus had I prevailed before the Lord of spirits. At that time I glorified and extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessing and with praise, for he has established it with blessing and with praise, according to his own pleasure. Okay, so he just broke down and started praising God, blessing his name. And he was also, like, while he was doing this, he was receiving or downloading information. Like, the heat of the fire contains information. This is how he was able to know, for he had established it with blessing and with praise. That this is how he had established it. This is how he knows this. Although it could seem like something that's very simple, but that's how he knew, because he was like drawing on to the heat of the fire, according to his own good pleasure. That place long did my eyes contemplate. So he was just staring at that fire, staring at all of the hosts, numerous, just there. Wow, which is awesome. Because I really wonder, like, how big was this space? And was there like a sky above them? What was the ground like? And what did it smell like? But he was just watching this, you know. So this is nice, you know. Some things like these, they get my imagination working different, you know. They get the juices flowing, because the imagination starts to really run wild, which is nice. Blessed and said, blessed be he, blessed from the beginning, forever. In the beginning, before the world was created, and without end is his knowledge. Okay, what is this world? So now pay attention to this. For every existing generation, those shall bless thee who do not sleep in the dust, but stand before thy glory. For every existing generation, those shall bless thee who do not sleep in the dust, but stand before thy glory, blessing, glorifying, exalting thee, and saying, Holy, 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 holy Lord of spirits, fills the whole world of spirits. This is also re-recorded in Revelation 4, chapter 4, when the angels are singing, as well as the elders. So this is speaking about those elders. This also is giving us themes of genealogy, ancestry, and generations. Okay, so this is also echoed when we look at the elders, the 24 elders, who also have the same process of worship around God and his throne in the book of Revelation. So there my eyes beheld all who, without sleeping, stand before him and bless him, saying, Blessed be thou, and blessed be the name of God forever and ever. Then my countenance became changed until I was incapable of seeing. After this I beheld thousands of thousands and myriads of myriads and an infinite number of people standing before the Lord of spirits, on the four wings, again, likewise of the Lord of spirits, on the four sides. I perceived others, besides those who were standing before him. Their names too I know, because the angel who proceeded with me declared them to me, discovering to me every secret thing. Wait, what? So I perceived the others, the on the four wings likewise of the Lord of spirits, on the four sides I perceived others. So the four wings likewise of the Lord of spirits, on the four sides, okay. So the four seasons, four canine teeth, four stages of life, four limbs, foresight, yeah, but four seasons, four, four is the basis of the name of God, which is the tetragrammaton. So four represents God. So there are four wings, and we know that there are four cherubim angels. Okay, and they have four faces, and we also have four directions: north, east, west, south, and all of this is four. So on the four wings likewise of the Lord of spirits, on the four sides I perceived others, besides those who were standing before him. Okay, so of all of the thousands and thousands and myriads of myriads and infinite number of people, and those on the four wings and the four sides, all right, standing before him, okay, their names too I know. So I think he's like kind of startled, like, how did he know the names of all of those? And he just said, their names too I know, because the angel who proceeded with me declared them to me, discovering to me every secret thing. So remember, like here, he starts this section by saying this is all about wisdom. So again, all right, I'll be back there, because he says, let none of us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom. Until the present period, never has there been given before the Lord of spirits that which I have received, wisdom, according to the capacity of my intellect, and according to the pleasure of the Lord of spirits, that which I have received from him, a portion of life eternal, or a portion of life eternal, a portion of life eternal. So this is how they live in eternity. Okay, so discovering every secret thing, knowing everything, and everything happening is what happens in eternity. And he had unlimited intellect and wisdom. So not even Solomon was on this level, because he is actually with the angels, singing with them, hanging out with God, seeing the blazing fire while angels are giving thanks to God, hearing angels praying, and hearing what angels desire in their heart as a man, as a person, you know. So what's happening here is so like next level. So their names too I know. So he just knows all of those myriads. So I don't know how that is, but yeah, because the angel who proceeded with me declared them to me, discovering to me every secret thing. Interesting, right? Then I heard the voices of those upon the four sides magnifying the Lord of glory. The first voice blessed the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The second voice I heard blessing the elect one, and the elect who suffer on account of the Lord of spirits. The third voice I heard petitioning and praying for those who dwell upon the earth, and supplicate the name of the Lord of spirits. The fourth voice I heard expelling the impious angels and prohibiting them from entering into presence of the Lord of spirits to prefer accusations against the inhabitants of the earth. After this I besought the angel of peace, who proceeded with me, to explain all that was concealed. I said to him, "Who are those whom I have seen on the four sides, on whose words I have heard and written down?" He replied, "The first is the merciful, the patient, the holy Michael." Okay, so Michael is merciful, Michael is patient. The second is he who presides over every suffering and every affliction of the sons of men, the holy Raphael. So Raphael presides over every suffering, over every affliction of the sons of men. The third, who presides over all that is powerful, is Gabriel. And power is in the word is the power. And the fourth, who presides over repentance and the hope of those who will inherit eternal life, is Phanuel. So it's a new one again. It's a new angel. Let's see if you can find him here. Nope. So this is another angel virtually unknown. These are the four angels of the Most High God, and their four voices, which at that time I heard. So this angel is telling him the names of all of these angels in the four corners, the four angels in the four corners with the four wings, all right, and all of these things on the four sides. After this I beheld the secrets of the heavens and of paradise, according to its divisions, and of human action as they weigh it, I saw the habitations of the after this I beheld the secrets of the heavens and of paradise according to its divisions, and of human action as they weigh it there in balances. I saw the habitations of the elect and the habitations of the holy, and there my eyes beheld all the sinners who denied the Lord of glory, and whom they were expelling from thence and dragging away, as they stood there, no punishment proceeding against them from the Lord of spirits. There too my eyes beheld the secrets of the lightning and the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, how they are distributed as they blow over the earth, the secrets of the winds of the dew and of the clouds. There I perceived the place from which they issued forth, and became saturated with the dust of the earth. Then I saw the wooden receptacles out of which the winds became separated, the receptacle of hail, receptacle of snow, receptacle of the clouds, and the cloud itself, which continued over the earth before the creation of the world. I beheld also the receptacles of the moon, whence the moons came, whither they proceeded their glorious return, and how one became more splendid than the other. I marked their rich progress, their unchangeable progress, their disunited and undiminished progress, their observance of a natural fidelity by a stable oath, their proceeding forth before the sun, and their adherence to the path allotted them, and obedience to the command of the Lord of spirits. Potent is his name forever and forever. After this I perceived that the path both concealed and manifest of the moon as well as the progress of his path, was there completed by day and by night, while each one with another looked towards the Lord of spirits, magnifying and praising without cessation, since praise to them is rest. For in the splendid sun there is a frequent conversation to blessing and to malediction. The course of the moon's path to the righteous is light, but to sinners it is darkness. In the name of the Lord of spirits, who created a division between light and darkness, and separating the spirits of men, strengthening the spirits of the righteous in the name of his own righteousness. Nor does the angel prevent this, neither is he endowed with the power of preventing it, for the judge beholds them all, and judges them all in his own presence. Okay. So he's speaking about the moons. But here in 6, he says, the course of the moon's path to the righteous is light, but to the sinners it is darkness. So he sees how everything happens from the clouds to the moon, and he sees everything where it is put, how it is integrated into the universe, how it works, and why it does that. And it seems like the moon had a choice to do this and agreed to God. They have an oath, and this path is concealed and manifest of the moon, as well as the progress of his path was there completed by day and by night, while each one another looked towards the Lord of spirits, magnifying and praising towards without cessation. So all of this is happening, and it causes the Lord of spirits, it causes the moon, it causes the host, it causes there to be magnification and praise without cessation, because this is delight. When everything is happening, I don't know, it brings joy, it brings life, and that is the mystery. That is the mystery. But I hope I'll be able to explain it better just now. Nor does the angel prevent this, neither is he endowed with the power of preventing it. For the judge beholds them all and judges them all at his own pleasure. Alright, wait. The course of the moon's path to the righteous is light, but to the sinners it is darkness. I think that is a very mystical thing, because a lot of people like worship the moon, and the moon resembles the woman, which is the moon cycle 28 days, which is broken down into 4 again, which is 6, 12, 18, and another thing is that the moon has 4 different cycles, like the waxing and the waning, and it is like it comes as the half, the quarter, and the full moon. So we have a new moon, a quarter moon, a half moon, and a full moon. So we have the 4 different moons, and they are moving in 28-day cycles, just like a woman has a menstrual cycle, which is 28 days. And this is representing what? Wisdom. So the course of the moon's path to the righteous is light, but to the sinners it is darkness. So I just think that this whole statement has a lot more into it that would be interesting to explore. But to sinners it is darkness, in the name of the Lord of spirits, who created the division between light and darkness, and separating the spirits of men, strengthening the spirits of the righteous in the name of his own righteousness. Nor does the angel prevent this, neither is he endowed with the power of preventing it. For the judge beholds them all, and judges them all in his own presence. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I feel like stopping. So, yes, thanks a lot. And we're going to continue this. And this is the portion of wisdom. This is him in heaven. And I really want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. And I'll see you soon.